and Mr. James Keith, aka JK. So JK pulled up on Alex, found out that she is pregnant. There's a 50-50 chance it could be his baby. And he was like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, all of a sudden, he wants to act like he cares just because there's cameras there. But Alex was like, you're not going to fool me, because if you really cared, you would have been here the first time I was pregnant when I miscarried. So she didn't have shit to say to him. So he decided to dip out, go back home. And when he gets in his car, he looks at his phone. He's got 11 missed calls from Brooke. Brooke's cussing him the hell out. I guess she doesn't have a tracker on him anymore, so she's just guessing where he is. But she knows usually when he's not answering, it's because he's likely at Alex's. So she is driving around looking for him. And meanwhile, he heads back to his mom's house. And he tells his mom and his family, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I might have a baby on the way. And it's not with Brooke, it's with Alex. And his mom was so damn embarrassed. She's like, James Keith, we raised you better than that. The mom knew this is what JK was probably going to get out and do. That's why she tried to give him freaking condoms as a present as soon as he got out of prison. But it's like, whatever you tell JK to do, he just does the exact opposite of. And like, no matter how much you try to preach to him, everything just goes out one ear and out the other. So his mom seemed so disappointed, but his parents seemed like they were disappointed, but not as disappointed as they were when they found out that he could probably be pregnant with Brooke. I think the parents at least like Alex a little more compared to Brooke. In true JK fashion, as soon as he starts to get griped at, he wants to bounce. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get up and take a shower. And he's like, yeah, by the way, if Brooke stops by, just tell her I'm not here. Don't even answer it. And that's on JK. Like, that is your girl. You need to handle your girl. Don't sit here and put it on your parents because it's their house while you just go hide in the shower. Like, she's called you 11 times. Just call her and be like, look, I'm not home. But he's got that truck now, so it's kind of hard to hide the truck and act like you're not home. Like, he's going to go pull the truck behind the house or something because Brooke's not dumb. And literally as soon as he walks off and his mom's like, dude, I'm not lying for you. You got to handle that. Brooke starts pounding on the door and she's like, JK, open this mother effing door right now. And freaking JK's stepdad said, oh my God, I hear her. You could tell he was starting to get PTSD from everything Brooke's put them through. And I could deal with JK's stepdad. Like, I could have a whole show with his dad. His dad is so funny. The few times I've cracked up laughing this season is off things that JK's stepdad has said. And when he said, oh my God, I can hear her, oh my God, I about died. But yeah, Brooke was pounding on the door, being disrespectful as hell. Freaking JK's parents don't even want to open the door because they're like, okay, if you're acting like this outside the door and I haven't even opened the door yet, I can't imagine how you're going to act if I open this door. And JK's just hiding in the shower like a little coward. Brooke just kept beating on the door louder and louder, screaming louder in front of the house. So the stepdad eventually had to answer the door and he's like, what do you want? And she's like, where is your son? And he's like, he's not here. And she's like, no, his truck's out front. And he's like, well, he must have walked somewhere. And she's like, I know JK's fat ass is not about to walk nowhere. So she just pushes her way inside the door and walks up to JK's mom, hollering and screaming. And she's like, wait a minute, you need to calm your tone with me. Like, literally, if I was JK's mom, I would have been like, ma'am, you can walk right back out that door. You can come back when your energy is a lot more calmer because we're not about to do this. Like, literally, she doesn't pay rent there. You're not going to be coming up in my house screaming like you pay bills here. If that was JK's dad, I would have slammed that door right back in her face. And she just pushes her way through the house. I would have been like, somebody call the police. This woman just broke and entered into her house. But she just comes on through and she runs to the bathroom, tries to open the door. JK locked himself in the bathroom. Eventually he came out and she just started demanding answers. She wanted to know why JK hasn't answered her phone calls. And he said, well, I've been busy. She's like, what have you been doing? He's like, well, I've been with my mom. But literally, JK's mom just told Brooke a minute ago that she's been at work all day because Brooke wanted to get an attitude with her, like it's her fault that JK hasn't been calling her back, when at the end of the day, JK's a grown-ass man. Like, she may live with him, but she has no control over him at the end of the day. And I don't understand, why is she still huffing and puffing and chasing this man like this? You literally have had your kids with your mom like the past 2 seasons, going on months now, it seems like. You lost so many jobs over this man. This man has another woman pregnant. You have to call him 15 times and he doesn't answer your phone call. Like, what is it about JK? I can't name one single green flag. He lives with his mom and his dad, and he's in his 30s, and like, there's nothing. Like, yeah, he may be funny at times, but besides that, he's definitely not boyfriend material and worth all this huffing and puffing about. Stop trying to love this man who obviously doesn't love you, and go home and give that love to your kids. That's what Brooke really needs to do at the end of the day. And so she was just screaming at him, going off, and JK's stepdad tried to step in and tell Brooke that she needed to chill out before the neighbors called the cops, that she needed to stop screaming and cussing up in his house. But Brooke was just being completely disrespectful. She didn't listen to one thing he had to say at all. And every single time they tried to tell her to stop, she just talked right over them. She even stuck her hand up to his dad as a way to, like, hang on, stop, you know, and just kept going on. It's like, ma'am, you don't pay bills here. At this point, I'm convinced she wants to get JK kicked up out of his house, because she's hoping that he'll get kicked out and move in with her and come play stepdaddy to her kids. Hell, no wonder JK's stepdaddy can't stand Brooke, because you can tell he cannot stand her one bit. Like, if we ever get tell-alls with Love After Lockup seasons, then they need to go ahead and make JK's dad the host. Like, I would freaking live for that. But yeah, so Brooke and JK eventually had to go outside because they were getting too loud. Brooke couldn't control her anger, and Brooke was just demanding answers, and JK said, well, I guess I should just go ahead and tell you now. And she's like, okay, what are you talking about? And then he starts looking at her and starts, like, right before he's about to tell her, next thing you know, a cop pulls up and turns on his red and blues. And it looks like somebody may have called the cops, which honestly, I want to be shocked with the way Brooke was screaming. And honestly, I hope somebody called the cops on her so they can check her so she can stop this. She has to be stopped. You can't be coming over to someone's parents' house acting like that. So I do hope he eventually is honest with Brooke and tells her about Alex. I will give it to him. At least it looks like he's at least trying to tell her. I hope he follows through. But at least he's at least trying, because I thought he was not going to tell her until he found out 100% for sure if that's even his baby after the baby was here, which I thought that wouldn't be very fair. But, I mean, it's probably best for him to just get it out now so Brooke knows that, you know, JK may have a baby. And you know how crazy Brooke would probably get if she finds out after trying to have JK's baby, oh yeah, I'm not pregnant, but Alex is. Oh my god, I can't even imagine her reaction then. JK sure has some balls trying to tell Brooke this type of news on his mama's porch. Like, this is the kind of news you gotta meet Brooke in the police station parking lot to tell her, because she's likely gonna assault you afterwards. Like, if she's acting this way over unanswered phone calls, and just imagine how she's gonna act over an unborn baby. But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.